We made a deal to tell this story, and we're telling this story.
Joel, I think I found something.
Whoa!
What?
No, nothing. It's just your forehead seems bigger than last season.
I think I found a way through.
Like most people, I liked the first season. I thought they did a great job. Season 2, I was skeptical on them not recasting Ellie and keeping Bella Ramsey as Ellie because it's supposed to take place 5 years into the future, but obviously Bella Ramsey in real life was not going to age that much in, the 2 years it took between seasons. So in the show, Ellie still looks exactly the same, but is supposed to be 5 years older. Also, Ellie still acts exactly the same.
I'm sorry. That was acting. That's what that was. I don't really care what happens with this movie. I really hope her career is pretty much over. I'd be thrilled to see that. I can't imagine. I mean, Christian, you tell me.
Because Ellie still looks and acts like a 14-year-old from season 1, even though she's supposed to be 19.
Yes, maybe we can prop it open with something and you can slide.
Whoa! Oh my god, what?
Is it getting bigger?
Stop it.
No, seriously, what's with that?
It's fine, Joel.
Does it hurt?
Joel, please. You're making me self-conscious.
I'm sorry, it's just a little bit startling.
Normal head, Joel. Can we just get back to the door things?
It's planetary.
Leave it.
Gonna have its own area code soon.
Just a year ago, The Last of Us was untouchable. A juggernaut, a cultural phenomenon that turned a beloved video game into a prestige television empire. Fans were obsessed. Critics couldn't stop praising it. HBO Max, laughing all the way to the bank. Fast forward to today, and everything has changed. Season 2 didn't just stumble, it collapsed. We're talking 0 viewers, fan outrage, and a level of backlash that scorched every inch of the internet. What went wrong? How did one of the most celebrated shows in recent history become a cautionary tale overnight? And more importantly, was this collapse inevitable? Or did the creators trigger a self-inflicted disaster no one could stop? Let's pull back the curtain, because what happened behind the scenes is even darker than the show itself.
Yes, maybe we can prop it open with something and you can slide.
Whoa! Oh my god, what?
Is it getting bigger?
Stop it.
No, seriously, what's with that?
It's fine, Joel.
Does it hurt?
Joel, please. You're making me self-conscious.
I'm sorry, it's just a little bit startling.
Normal head, Joel. Can we just get back to the door things?
It's planetary.
Leave it.
Gonna have its own area code soon.
It's never any fun not being able to go to sleep, just like it wasn't any fun watching Last of Us Season 2. So, in the show, Ellie still looks exactly the same, but is supposed to be 5 years older. Also, Ellie still acts exactly the same. So it really conflicts with what the character's supposed to be portrayed as.
When The Last of Us Season 1 dropped, it didn't just meet expectations, it annihilated them. It became the gold standard for how to adapt a video game, blending emotional storytelling with gritty realism and breakout performances. Pedro Pascal's Joel became an instant icon. Bella Ramsey's take on Ellie? Initially doubted, but she won over fans with raw emotion and fearless delivery. Each Sunday, servers crashed from demand. Fan theories exploded across Reddit. TikTok edits hit millions of views. HBO had a once-in-a-decade hit, and everyone knew it. It wasn't just a show, it was an event.
Have you changed up your impression at all, or is it pretty much the same?
Well, the noise is the same. I've not got any more noises in my back pocket. The new infected are pretty terrifying. They're so smart, and they haven't really got a noise. That's the whole point of them, is they're silent and terrifying.
Ooh, give us a little silent and terrifying.
For some reason, they made the decision for The Last of Us Season 2 to make Ellie dumb, to the point where she even says that she's stupid. Why? That just kind of betrays the character. Yeah,
And then came the announcement, Season 2 was on the way. Hype skyrocketed. But behind all that buzz, there were whispers, small concerns bubbling just beneath the surface. Nobody wanted to believe them, but they were real. When HBO finally dropped the first trailers for Season 2, something felt different. Not darker in a compelling way, just off. Ellie looked the same. She sounded the same. But canonically, she was supposed to be 5 years older. Bella Ramsey hadn't changed much physically, and her energy, once youthful and explosive, now felt oddly misaligned with the heavier tone of Season 2's plot. Fans noticed immediately. Comment sections lit up. Why does Ellie still look 14? Did they even try to age her up? This doesn't feel right. And that unease grew. People remembered interviews where Bella said she hadn't played the original game, and didn't really plan to. At the time, it seemed harmless. But now, with the series diving into the darkest arc of Ellie's journey, those old clips started resurfacing, and fans were no longer amused. Before a single episode even aired, industry insiders were already raising red flags. Casting consultants reportedly advised against keeping Bella Ramsey in the lead. Not because of her acting chops, but because of range, tone, and chemistry. This wasn't the Ellie from season 1 anymore. The new arc required deeper emotional weight, sharper intensity, a more conflicted presence. And some believed Bella wasn't built for it. But HBO, they weren't listening. They doubled down. Continuity over credibility. Familiarity over authenticity. Even when internal memos warned about casting mismatch concerns, the message from the top was clear. We're sticking with her, no matter what. That decision, bold as it was, would soon come back to haunt them, because the backlash hadn't even started yet. And what happened next would stun everyone. The moment episode 1 of season 2 aired, it was clear. The audience wasn't feeling it. Commentators weren't just critiquing the writing or pacing, they were targeting Bella Ramsey. Suddenly, everything about her performance was under a microscope. Her voice, her expressions, her body language. Fans who once defended her now posted side-by-side comparisons. Game Ellie versus show Ellie, and the verdict was brutal. She hasn't aged a day. She still plays Ellie like a sarcastic 14-year-old. Where's the depth? Where's the pain? Clips of her season 2 monologues were edited next to the game's original Ellie, voiced by Ashley Johnson, showing a stark contrast in emotional delivery. TikToks and Twitter, well, X threads exploded. One viral caption read, "This is not Ellie, this is cosplay." The backlash wasn't subtle, it was relentless. Every awkward interview, every behind-the-scenes blooper, every past quote she made was reanalyzed, reframed, and reposted with savage commentary. But Bella wasn't just criticized for her performance. Whispers began swirling that she was difficult on set, controlling, emotionally reactive, and unwilling to take feedback. Whether any of it was true didn't matter. The narrative had taken hold. Bella Ramsey wasn't just part of the problem. She was now being painted as the symbol of the show's downfall. Then came the number no one could believe. According to internal analytics leaked by someone claiming to work at HBO Max, episode 5 of The Last of Us Season 2 logged 0 concurrent viewers during its premiere window. Not hundreds, not even dozens. 0. It sounded fake, like a glitch, like someone was trolling. But screenshots started circulating, charts showing a straight-line drop-off from episode 1 to episode 5. The dip wasn't slow, it was a nosedive. Industry trackers were stunned. Entertainment outlets scrambled to verify. Reddit melted down. One post hit the front page with the caption, "From Game of the Year to Show Nobody Watched." Meme culture devoured it. Graphs were turned into tombstones. TikTok stitched Bella's most dramatic moments with flatline viewership charts. One brutal edit used a heart monitor sound over footage of Ellie whispering, "I'm still here," just before the graph hit 0 and the beep cut off. The fallout was immediate. People didn't just stop watching. They walked away laughing. Mockery replaced disappointment. And the press, both fan-made and mainstream, had a new story to tell. The Last of Us is officially dead. What came next felt less like a backlash and more like a digital war. Fans weren't just disappointed, they were furious. They felt betrayed. They had supported the casting of Bella back in season 1, even when others had doubts. But now, they felt ignored, disrespected, lied to. Hashtags like #NotMyEllie and #RecastBella trended for days. Reaction videos flooded YouTube. Some creators who had once praised Bella turned on her, breaking down every scene, every line delivery, every choice she made, and picking it apart with surgical precision. Titles like, "The Downfall of The Last of Us Begins Here," "Why Bella Ramsey Was Never Right for Ellie," "HBO Ignored the Fans, Now They're Paying the Price." Millions of views, thousands of comments, and one overwhelming consensus. They should have recast Ellie. Even more damning, old interviews resurfaced where Bella laughed about not playing the game. Before, fans had let it slide. Now, it was weaponized. Commenters flooded threads with lines like, "Maybe if she played the game, she'd know how Ellie's supposed to act." And yet, throughout it all, HBO said nothing. No statements, no clarification, no apology. Their silence, it spoke louder than any headline. It was supposed to be just another press event, one more stop in the promotional tour for The Last of Us Season 2. But for Bella Ramsey, it became the moment everything snapped. The room was packed, cameras rolling, journalists lined up with their questions. Then came the one that changed everything. "Do you feel responsible for the show's decline in viewership?" Bella froze. Her smile wavered. Her voice cracked as she tried to speak. I think People don't understand the direction we're going. But the words didn't land. And then came the silence. Awkward. Painful. A few seconds that felt like forever. Then, she cracked. Tears welled up. Her hands shook. She leaned into the mic and said, voice trembling, "You think I wanted this? You think I don't care? I gave everything to this role, and you all just sit there tearing me apart." The room fell dead silent. Clips of the moment hit social media within hours. Millions of views. TikTok remixes. Headlines across entertainment blogs. Some viewers sympathized, most didn't. Instead, the internet turned her meltdown into content. A top comment read, "If she can't handle criticism, how was she supposed to carry Ellie's trauma?" The narrative had flipped entirely. Bella wasn't just miscast, she was seen as unraveling. And HBO? They had no backup plan. While Bella was falling apart on camera, HBO was falling apart behind the scenes. Sources from inside the network claimed panic was setting in. PR tours were canceled, interviews postponed. Executives went dark. There was no damage control, just silence. And that silence made everything worse. Fans filled the void with their own theories. They're planning a quiet cancellation. They're too arrogant to admit they were wrong. They still think we'll come crawling back. Internal emails, leaked anonymously, suggested heated meetings, showrunners clashing with network heads. Rumors swirled about re-editing episodes to salvage the season. Nothing worked, viewership numbers kept flatlining, subscriptions tied to the series dropped off a cliff. The cast? They weren't talking either. In interviews, actors dodged questions about Bella. One even said, "We did what we could with what we had." A subtle jab, but fans picked up on it instantly. And while the creators scrambled to hold it together, another blow was coming, one they couldn't spin. Just days after Bella's emotional breakdown went viral, the final nail hit the coffin. A new leak, supposedly from inside HBO's analytics department, confirmed what fans had joked about. Episode 6 logged 0 active viewers during its premiere window. 0. Again. This wasn't a meme anymore, it was real. Analysts confirmed the trend. Viewership hadn't plateaued, it had evaporated. The internet lit up. One TikTok showed Bella's tearful press clip, overlaid with a flatlining graph and the caption, "Ellie deserved better." Reddit threads titled, "This is historic failure." A YouTube video hit 4 million views in 24 hours. How HBO let its greatest show die. The tone had shifted. It wasn't rage anymore, it was grief. Fans weren't mad. They were done. HBO? Still silent, no statements, no denial, no fight left. Now, all that's left is one question. Was this collapse avoidable? Many say yes. The solution had been there all along. Recast Ellie, listen to the fans, evolve with the character. But HBO chose pride over pragmatism, continuity over credibility, and it cost them everything. Others believe Bella was set up to fail, that the showrunners forced a weight on her shoulders she was never prepared to carry, that her breakdown was the inevitable result of a system that refuses to adapt, even when it's crashing. And some still hold out hope. A soft reboot, a recast, a surprise redemption arc. But the numbers don't lie. The fans are gone. The brand is damaged. And The Last of Us, once HBO's crowning achievement, is now its most public embarrassment. So what's next? Will HBO admit its mistake and rebuild? Or will this go down as one of the most stunning failures in modern TV history? Because one thing's for sure, when you ignore your audience, you don't just lose views, you lose everything. And just like that, a franchise once hailed as the future of television sits in ruins. The story of The Last of Us isn't just about a show gone wrong. It's about the danger of ignoring your audience, of trusting hype over honesty, of refusing to course correct when the road ahead is clearly broken. Bella Ramsey became the face of the fallout, but was she ever the real problem? Or just the most visible casualty of a much deeper failure? Because behind every viral clip, every angry Reddit thread, and every canceled subscription, there's a lesson Hollywood still hasn't learned. Loyalty doesn't last when you stop listening. And while fans mourn what could have been, the silence from HBO grows louder. No apologies, no accountability, just a slow, silent fade into irrelevance. But maybe, just maybe, this isn't the end. There are whispers of a reset. Rumors of a secret writer's room reworking Season 3 from the ground up. Some insiders say HBO is quietly casting a new face, someone meant to bring Ellie back to life in a way fans will finally accept. Will they pull it off? Or is it too late? Only time will tell.